Forget everything you heard about Katana so far, because in today's video, I will show you why Katana is the future of crypto gaming and how it could make you some serious change. I'll also be giving you a step-by-step guide on how to use Katana, an accurate estimate of what Ron will be worth, and also a strategy to maximize your earning potential on Katana. So find the timestamps below to find the section that is most relevant to you, and let's jump right in. But first, to understand why Katana will be so revolutionary, we need to understand a few basics. Okay, so first, Katana is an automated market maker, decentralized exchange, which is all cool, but how does that help you? Well, let me explain what you can do on Katana. Number one, you can swap your tokens on Katana, which means as a scholar or as a player, you can take the SLP that you earn and swap it into WETH, which you can then use to buy more Axies, or you can swap it into USDC to cash out. Now, this saves you a lot of effort and money, because now you don't have to take your SLP to Binance or another marketplace, swap it there, and then send it out. It will also save you a lot on gas fees. Also, just remember that with land gameplay coming out by Axie Infinity, there will be many other tokens that will also use Katana for swapping. So imagine you earning wood or gold and you want to swap that into WETH or SLP even, you can do that on Katana. Secondly, you can pool or provide liquidity to the DEX and earn swap fees. Now, let me explain this to you in an easy to understand way. Imagine we are back in the days before credit cards and internet banking. You would take the money you earn from your job and go deposit the cash into a bank. That bank will give you interest for the money that you put with them. Why? They are taking your money and basically giving it to loans or giving it out to other clients at a fee for them. Now, for providing them liquidity, providing them cash to give to others, they pay you in interest. And this is a simple analogy of how you can think of providing liquidity or pooling your resources on the DEX. Except here, you will earn a percentage of all the swap fees that happen on the DEX, but more on that later. Finally, you can also stake your liquidity to farm a token called Ron. Now, I'll get to Ron in just a second, but just to take that banking example again. So what you're now basically doing is taking your money, and instead of just putting it into a bank account to earn interest, it's like opening an investment account or an investment portfolio where you're buying stock in different companies. You'll earn dividends, or your prices will go up as you earn the stock. And that's basically what you earn for doing that. You're basically using your money to create more wealth. So by farming, it is like investing into the stock of Sky Mavis, where you get paid dividends in the form of Ron. Now let's get to what is Ron. Ron, or the Ronin token, is a very important cryptocurrency or token for the Axie Infinity ecosystem created by Sky Mavis. In essence, it is a token that will be used for every transaction that happens on the Katana or the Axie Infinity marketplace. For now, all swaps, staking, etc. is basically free. So it's also a very good time to get started. But in the future, every transaction you do on this exchange will cost you Ron. Also, every transaction you do in the Axie Infinity marketplace, like sending an Axie, probably breeding, or even buying an Axie, will cost you Ron. Now, you might be thinking that this really sucks, and this is just Sky Mavis trying to milk you for more money. But this could not be further from the truth. Sky Mavis have actually been very generous up until now, where they, in essence, paid for all the transaction fees happening through the Axie Infinity marketplace out of their own pockets. Since we are dealing with NFTs, etc., these are smart contracts that run on the blockchain. Now, as soon as there's smart contracts involved, you need processing power to send one to the other or complete a smart contract between two different people. This means that every transaction has a cost associated to that to pay for these processing fees. And on Ethereum, this is called gas fees. Currently, Sky Mavis is paying for all this processing power that the Axie Infinity marketplace is using up for us. But the problem is, if and when Axie Infinity scales to those huge numbers, that 100 million number, this cost could cripple the Ronin side chain. So Axie Infinity and Sky Mavis are actually taking a very crucial step in the sustainability and future of the Axie ecosystem by creating a community-driven way to pay for these transactions via Ronin. This is just another proof point that Sky Mavis is in this for the long haul. They are very future thinking about this project and care about the sustainability and growth of this. Ron will accelerate the growth of Axie Infinity even further and will allow us to be able to accept another big influx of players that is essential to the Axie Infinity economy. Apart from all that, Ron is also another investment opportunity for you and could make you an insane amount of money in the long run. But before I get into all of that, let me blow your mind with how important and how revolutionary Ron and Katana actually is. Really take a moment to think about what Sky Mavis is actually building here. Katana is basically the first gaming-focused crypto decentralized exchange in the world. Not only will it be the central hub for all Axie Infinity tokens, but all other games released by Sky Mavis will also be traded and bought and sold on this exchange. But I personally think this will become the decentralized exchange for crypto gaming tokens in the entire world. Okay, so I'm sure many of you have seen all these different NFT games popping up. Now, the really good ones will eventually reach a point similar to Axie Infinity, where they will need their own DEX to facilitate the swapping of tokens, to make the economy viable, to make it easy for players to use it and for people to join, right? But if you think about it, why would each of these companies go through all the effort, all the time, and all the development costs to build their own decentralized exchange if there's already one that exists that they can do it for, aka Katana? Wouldn't it be much easier for them just to partner and list their tokens on the Katana decentralized exchange instead of building their own? Not only that, they will also be tapping into the Axie Infinity ecosystem of gaming tokens, the biggest crypto gaming token in the world. It will really accelerate all these projects because now they're in a space where people can easily use what they earn from Axie Infinity, their SRP, etc., to buy tokens in new games and start investing in those. So I can see all these different NFT games just flocking to Katana to use it. They're going to be begging to be a part of this decentralized exchange so that their crypto game can become a success. So just imagine a future where there are hundreds, and I mean hundreds or thousands of viable play-to-earn crypto games in the market. All of them will have their tokens, their NFTs, and everything else listed on Katana. Now you can take all the tokens you earn from these different games and put them into one place to swap it into cash if you want to take your money out, or swap it into different tokens, whatever you need. Suppose you want to take your SLP to buy an in-game boost in another game for a raid you're doing that night. This is what Katana will enable. I'm saying this again. Katana will become the decentralized exchange for all crypto games in the world, basically. If I can just put it into perspective for you, you know about Steam, where all those games are listed? Katana will become the Steam of the crypto gaming world. But even one step further, I can even see AAA games in the future who are brave enough to make the move to NFTs, joining the DEX that is Katana. Imagine you're tired of playing WoW, or you have a certain gear piece from WoW you want to sell as an NFT. You just go onto Katana and sell it to a buyer. Or imagine you're tired of your Jinx League of Legends skin and you want to swap it using some RON tokens for a different skin. Katana. And here is the most insane part. Everything that happens on this exchange will be using the RON token to facilitate these swaps. I mean, forget about SLP, forget about AXS, forget about Ethereum. RON is the token that is going to take over the crypto gaming world. Everyone in crypto gaming will need to buy or use RON. Now just imagine how beneficial it would be to start saving and earning your RON tokens now. I can see people becoming millionaires, if not billionaires in the future, just with RON alone. And I will show you what I mean with a detailed analysis later on in this video. So if you aren't excited by now to start earning your RON token, it's time to go back to sleep. For those of you that have the vision that can see this future, let me start by showing you how to use Katana to start earning that sweet, sweet RON. Right, the very first thing and the easiest thing to do is you click on your Ronin Chrome extension and you just click on swap. If you don't have a Ronin extension, please go check it out how to get one online. It is very easy. I'm not going to include that in this guide. And now that you're here, you can go swap, pool, farm. There's even analytics and documents. Very important is the documents. So everything you want to know is here in the centralized repository with all the information you want. So if you want more information on swap, you can go down here. What is swap? How to do it. If you want to go into pool, you can see how to pool. And if you want to do a farm, here you can see everything. But if you're too lazy, I'll just explain everything to you right now. But just a good thing to know that there is a lot of information here. If you want to understand the basics more, just go check out all the documents here on these docs tab of the Katana. First, let's look at how to swap. Okay, so on the swap tab here, I'm kicking 1,000 SLP that I want to swap. You can select the token, WETH or AXS or whatever you want to do. I'm going to do WETH. Okay, once I click on swap here, there's something important to notice. Look at that liquidity provider fee, 3 SLP. That is what people receive for creating liquidity pool pair of SLP WETH. That 3 SLP fee goes to them. A percentage of that goes to them for having provided liquidity. So that is the swapping fee that they're talking about that you will earn. Is this interactions, right? Now, when you swap, I am going to show you a little trick. There's a good chance that the swap might fail, right? And the reason for that is that SLP and WETH, if you put in the swap, the prices might fluctuate and it might become different. 1,000 SLP is not worth exactly 0.0177 WETH anymore. It might be more or less, okay? So if it becomes out of a certain range, the transaction will fail. So to help you with that, all you have to do is, so you click on this little settings button and you make your slippage tolerance higher. So take it off auto, and instead of 0.5%, you can make it 2%, or I would recommend make it 1%. If you make it 1%, that means that if the price difference in 1%, the transaction will still go through, okay? Otherwise, you'll have way too many failed transactions, trust me. Okay, confirm the swap, and now it will actually go through. And as you can see with the pop-up there, we've swapped for 1,000 SLP for our ETH. Okay, fantastic. So we can actually pool. So we're going to provide a liquidity pair to the pool to earn swap tokens or swap fees. So you have to pick a pair. First, we'll pick SLP. So I'm putting down the SLP that I have. You can easily click on max to add it. And I will also select another token. You can do WETH, you can AXS, but we're going to do WETH. And later on in the video, I'll show you why I'm doing WETH. So you just click max again. You have to provide a 50-50 pair or an equal amount of each in order to do this. And as an example, if you want to provide more or less SLP, you can determine how much you want, and it will automatically adjust how much of each pair you need. So in this example, I'm taking my SLP away from max and I'm making it like 1,000 SLP, and it automatically corrects the weave you need. But today I'm doing the max SLP I have. Now, once you have your liquidity pair, you have to approve and approve. This is only for the first time. So you click approve for allow Katana to use SLP. There will be a pop-up from Ronin. In this recording, the pop-up doesn't show, but you can see my mouse hovering. You just press confirm. It's very easy, okay? Once that is done, it will pin, and once the pinning is done, you also approve Katana. Now, once you have been approved the SLP and weave for Katana to use it, you just click supply, and it shows you how much SLP and how much weave you basically are supplying, and also how much of the share of the pool you will earn. You just click confirm supply, and yet again, there will be a drop down that you have to approve. And once it has been approved, you'll have this little pop-up. You can see that you have your position stated there, and you can even just see it on the Explorer if you want. You click here, and it shows you exactly the details of this transaction that has happened. As you can see, I have my position, and you have your share of the pool. Next, you would like to farm it. Trust me, farming is the best way, and you can choose between AXS weave or SLP weave. We're picking SLP weave. Yet again, I'll tell you later in the video why. Now, you yet again have to allow the contract interaction, especially for the first time. It's a bit of hassle, you'll have to do every time. Just click approve, drop down will come down, and I'll say yes, I confirm, and it is processing. Now, after clicking on approve, let me just talk about impermanent loss for 1 second, okay? So when you're doing liquidity pairs, you're providing a relationship of 50-50 SLP or weave, okay? So what can happen is that SLP's price goes up, but the relationship needs to remain 50-50. So it will automatically adjust and sell SLP to provide weave. In this process, you might lose a little bit of your total value. Link in description. Attack on Axie explains it really well. Just be aware, it's about a less than 5%, a very small loss on what your investment will lose because of this pair. And that's so for pairs and for farming, right? Because you have a liquidity pair when you farm. So as you can see here, we have it, and we're going to click on stake. It's very important to stake, because if you just have a liquidity pair, you'll only be receiving those claiming fees. If you're actually staking it, you're earning Ronin, which you can earn more from. So if you don't stake, you'll lose more on impermanent loss. Okay, so make sure to stake your liquidity pair once you've provided it. All right, and here you can see my stake. You can see I'm already earning my wrapped Ronin. It's already there. It is not claimable right now, okay? It will only become claimable in a few days, in a few weeks. Sky Mavis will show it. If you refresh, you can immediately see already it's gone up, okay? That's how quick I'm starting to earn Ronin. So exciting, so exciting. Refresh again, and this is how much I have. All right, awesome. So now let me show you the reverse process of how this all works, okay? If you want to take out your liquidity pair, you want to change it back into SLP or weave because you need it for breeding or buying Axies, you can do that, and it's quite easy. The only thing we'll have to do is click on unstake. Clicking on unstake, you can click max, click on stake, and yet again, there's contract interactions that you have to improve. And once it has happened, you can see there's your unstake. You can see your claimable rewards is still there. Don't worry, you're not going to lose your claimable rewards if you unstake. It will still be there waiting for you to claim it. Okay, then you go back to your pool and you'll see your liquidity there. Here's my SLP weave that I've unstaked. Click on manage, and you just simply click on remove. When you remove, you can pick how much you want to remove. I'm just simply going to put on max. And yet again, you have to click approve. And once the contract interaction has been improved, you just simply once again click on remove. Once you click on remove, yet again, you just confirm, and it is burning your SLP weave pair. don't worry, it won't be gone forever, okay? It's just taking it back to its SLP and wheat counterparts, okay? And as you can see with the pop-up, there's my SLP, there's my wheat, it's back into my Ronin accounts. Yet again, the video didn't pick up when I put the drop down, but it shows that it's there. Now, a final important piece of the puzzle that I have to show you is the analytics tab. Okay, there's a lot of interesting stuff here, but it's also important to help you to pick which pair to invest in, as you'll see later in this video. Okay, so you can simply just head on over to the analytics tab, click on it, and here you can see everything. Well, how much liquidity is provided, how much volume is done. You can see the actual top tokens at the moment. You can see how much has been staked for each price, but also you just add your own Ronin wallet address here, and it'll even give you the wallet analytics. So as you see here, you just copy and paste your Ronin wallet, you load your account details, and all your past interactions are in here. Okay, so you can see where I provided liquidity, where I swapped, all of that has been done over here. You can see everything, it keeps track of everything for you. But most importantly, remember to come here to go and see how much has been staked in each pool. Okay, right, so now for one of the most important parts of this video, an accurate and fair representation of what RON could be worth and the best strategy in how to farm your RON. So for those of you that don't know, I actually have a degree in mathematics. But even that is not really sufficient. So I brought in the help of my good friend. You can follow him on Twitter at NFTs Unleashed. He is a very smart guy with a degree in actual science. So him and I got together and applied some hardcore math. And in this, I will show you why I'm saying that RON is either the next Bitcoin or actually maybe even Bitcoin 2.0. Okay, so stay tuned, check this out. First thing, let's just quickly look at the competitors that are there for RON. So you have some of these potential competitors like Solana, Flow, Polygon. These guys are already running NFTs on their blockchains, the same as Ethereum. Now, it's important to understand that Ronin, at what it is currently, just with the Axie Infinity marketplace and AXS, is already outperforming these other competitors in terms of daily sales, and actually by quite a large margin. It's up there with Ethereum. Okay, that's a very good indicator, okay, keep that in mind. Now let's look at what RON's value could be. Now, if you really don't care about the math of it all, the TLDR is right here. Okay, ideally, okay, just to start off with, keep this in mind, to start off with, will ideally sit at about $15 per RON with an upside, a positive outlook. It's going to be $9, and conservatively, very conservatively, will sit with RON at $2. Okay, now for those of you that actually care about some of the math and the logic that we use to apply these, because some of you who have seen other videos on RON might have seen some inflated statements like RON will be at $150, $250. This can be possible, okay, and I'll tell you why in a second, right? But let's just start by looking at what's happening in the market right now and what is out there. Okay, so ideally we would want to use a reference, a framework of reference, and we're going to look at Ethereum, Solana, and Flow. And by looking at their market cap, trading volume, and circulating supply with their coin price, we can try and determine the coin price for RON. Now, we have two problems. First of all, we don't have the market cap for Ronin yet, okay? AXS is currently at the market cap of 4.5 billion, but that's not the whole Ronin network. That's not RON, all right? We do, however, have the 24-hour trading volume so far in millions, okay? And we have a circulating supply of 100 million. In the next 60 days, 100 million RON tokens will be released with, if I can remember correctly, 1 billion in total. So this is a very important assumption we make. We try to use the 24-hour trading volume as a proxy for the market cap because we don't have a market cap, right? And basically what we did is we took the ratio of Ronin to Ethereum or to Solana or to Flow. Okay, basically taking the 24-hour trading volume of your Ronin and dividing it by Ethereum. That gives us ratio number 1. Ratio number 2 is we took the circulating supply in relation to the circulating supply of Ethereum, Solana, or Flow. We did the same thing for each one. So we get ratio 1, Ronin divided by Ethereum trading volume. We get ratio 2, circulating supply with divided by the circulating supply of Ethereum. Okay. Now these two ratios multiplied with the coin price of Ethereum should give us an estimate of, should we follow the trend of Ethereum, what the coin price of Ron might be. Now we have a whole Excel sheet with the math. Not going to go into too much detail there. I'm giving you a very high level view here. And that gave us the ideal scenario that if we perform like Ethereum in relation to Ethereum, Ron will be worth $15 to start with. Okay. If in relation to Solana, we're looking at $9. In relation to Flow, we're looking at $2. Okay. Now, this is the very important thing to know. Okay. And why I'm saying that Ron is like Bitcoin. All right. Ron, unlike SLP, by a supply cap. Okay. So there's only a certain amount of Ronin that's going to be available. The same as is with Bitcoin. There's only so much Bitcoin in supply. Now you can already see what happens to something like Bitcoin, in which people believe in the cryptocurrency of Bitcoin, hence they invested, they traded, they tried to make money off it. And what is happening? Bitcoin's price from where it started, it just goes up and up. Even these days, it continues to go up. It will have its fluctuations, of course, but it goes up because there's a limited supply. So it's like if something is scarce, right? Like gold. Okay, I know, but like gold, right? It's the more scarce a commodity is, the more its value goes up, right? And that's the same thing that's going to happen with Ron. This is my prediction, right? If you listened to the start of my video, where I talked about looking at Ron, looking at the ecosystem of the Steam of crypto gaming, where every crypto game asset, NFT, token being bought and sold will all happen on the Katana decentralized exchange, and Ron will be used for all those interactions. Ron will be a heavily utilized token. A heavily utilized token that has a limited supply. So after a while, your Ron will want to be used, it's going to be scarce, and its value will go up. In that sense, for me, it is better than Bitcoin. Bitcoin for me has very low utility right now. Almost the only utility use case I can think of is using Bitcoin as a way to buy, right? As a different currency to buy something that has a dollar value of $1,000. I give you the Bitcoin equivalent of that. Okay, that is not true utility in my mind. Ron or Ronin token has true utility. It facilitates transactions. It has a limited supply. It is going to be built on this ecosystem that will be heavily used. And the more we use it, the more people get involved, the more its price will go up. This is the prediction. And this is why I am so bullish on Ron. Why I'm saying this is the future and this is the thing you should get investing into. And that is the section we're going to jump into next on why or how much you can expect your investment to grow with Ron. Let's take a look. So remember our scenarios here. We have an ideal of Ron starting at about $15 or being $15 for quite some time and this until we hit critical mass. We have an upside of about $9 and a conservative amount of $2. Now, yet again, we're going to get into some interesting math here. Okay, here's the table. Now, do you remember when you were farming, there were basically two different pairs we could farm: SLP weave or AXS weave. You have to go, first step, go to the analytics dashboard on your Katana and find out how much is already staked of each pair. Okay, and this is important because the more people stake in a certain pair, the less percentage you will receive of the total Ron that can be earned per day that they're giving as a farming reward. that Sky Mavis is giving as a reward for farming. Very important thing to know. Just an FYI, in the description below, this calculator that you see here is going to be available. You can input these gray fields in there and make it as accurate as you can to yourself to see how much you will get. Okay. Next step of the math. We know this is a fixed that the total run per day for each is 55556, 55556 for each liquidity pair that you can farm. So what you want to do is to find out how much $1 worth will give you in run. You take the amount staked divided by the total run given per day divided by the amount in dollar value that's already been staked. Yet again, check the analytics dashboard. You can find these numbers. This will give you a amount of run for every dollar you invest. Now, can you already see that the liquidity pair that has less staked will give you more run, okay, per dollar that you put in? So, as an example, you invest $100 into the SLP with liquidity pair. That in essence means, by the way, remember, $50 of SLP and $50 of WETH together to form $100 that you're putting in, okay? And you're putting the same into the AXS WETH one. The amount of run you'll earn per day for SLP WETH is 0.1. For AXS WETH, 0.07. So in your ideal scenario where run is worth $15, that means you'll be earning $1.50 a day. For an investment of $100, you're earning $1.50 back. Okay? For with the AXS WETH, you're earning $1. And as you can see, here are the rest of them. Okay? On the upside scenario and on our conservative scenario, this is what you'll be earning per day. Now, I know these numbers aren't as flashy as the other people who have created videos so far have put out. Okay? But I think this is more a realistic approach. This is something you can bank on a bit more. That being said, it still remains speculative. Okay, it still remains a speculative thing. Ron is its own network. We try to compare it to other networks to give an estimate of what Ron price we will get, but we don't know for sure, right? But I have more confidence in this than I have in those saying that Ron will just be worth $200 from the bat. You might not want to hear it, but here are some facts for you, okay? Now, these seem low, but let's really take a look at it, okay? This means that in your ideal scenario, in a year's time, your run will grow, your investment will grow 6.6 times. So you put in $100, a year from now, that $100 is worth roughly $660. Now, you can still see how insane that is, right? Show me any bank that can offer you that. Show me any stocks investment that can, kind of really promise you that, okay? I think this is less riskier, honestly, than investing in stocks with massive upturns. But yet again, upside 4.3 and conservative 1.7. I'm saying again that this is where we're starting off, everyone. This is something to understand. I believe in the ecosystem becoming the most utilized ecosystem in the world, if not just for crypto gaming, in the crypto world, and that Ron will just go up and go up and go up from there. That's how bullish I am on this. If I had more, I would invest more. Okay, that is the cold hard fact. And this is basically what I wanted to show you and give you an accurate representation of what is going on with Ron and how much your return on your investment will be. Also, what does this mean for non-investors, for people who are just playing the game, earning their SLP and trying to sell it? What does this mean? Well, if you look at the SLP WETH pair, what is happening is people are staking their SLP. They're taking it out of the circulating supply and they're making it fixed. What that in essence does is taking away SLP, which makes SLP more scarce, which should make the SLP price go up a little bit. So the more people that are bullish and is investing in SLP WETH pair, the more the SLP price will go up for all the other players, but also for your investment, right? Your SLP goes up, but you have a bit of impermanent loss. Okay. Finally, something insane to think about. I saw a tweet. Okay, this is anecdotal evidence, but I saw a tweet that only 50,000 people are currently investing in this, okay, in these different pairs. First of all, that's a very low number in terms of how many people are playing Axie Infinity. There are 2 million accounts, all right? Second of all, it's only 50,000, but look at the amount that has already been staked. We're looking at 50,000 accounts having invested, if I look at it, $1.3 billion worth. This tells you that the people with money and can see the opportunity are actually putting in some serious money. And the more time that passes with the less people that are there, the more they are earning, which is fantastic for them. But get a share of the pie as soon as you can is one of my recommendations. It's what we're doing. So I'm saying it like that. I can't give you that financial advice, but this is what we're doing. Okay. Thank you for watching the video. I know it was a long one. I really would appreciate a thumbs up and a subscribe. Also, I'm entering this video in the contest that Geo posted on Twitter, where we can get maybe 30 AXS or 10 or 5 AXS for the best video explaining Katana. I really tried my best. I did a lot of research and a lot of critical thinking on this. I would appreciate it if we could retweet or just tag Geo or something and see if I can get noticed that way. I would really appreciate it. And yet again, thanks for watching, everyone. I hope I gave you an accurate representation of the Katana decks, how to use it, Ronin, and some thinking about crypto gaming in the future. What an exciting space it is. Thanks for watching. Axie Explained, out.